From the pages of MikeHuckabee.com, home of the famous and free Huckabee newsletter, let's take another look back at the week that was. That newsletter, by the way, is delivered to your email inbox twice a day. That's to give you 2 servings of food for thought. This week, President Trump hosted Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and the leaders of 2 Arab countries, Bahrain and the United Arab Emirates. He hosted them at the White House in order to sign a historic peace agreement between those countries. Some said it could not be done, including perpetually smug and perpetually wrong John Kerry, the Obama-Biden administration's Secretary of State. In a 2016 clip that resurfaced this week, Kerry said no deal between those countries could be made without the Palestinians at the table. Well, that turned out to be wrong. And in 2017, he said moving Israel's embassy to Jerusalem would ignite a violent uprising that nobody would be able to control. Wrong again, John. Yet none of the Obama-Biden administration record of being wrong will ever penetrate the thick skulls of the liberal media pundits who continue to try to tell us that we have to restore the Obama-Biden administration to power in November. Because Trump apparently is screwing up our foreign policy by bringing too much peace to the Middle East. And then, boy, that's a strange coincidence. It was reported this week that about 30 cell phones belonging to members of Robert Mueller's Russia investigators got wiped clean before being handed over to John Durham's office. Durham, the federal prosecutor, has been investigating the origins of the Russia probe, and those phones sure would have been interesting to take a look at. But it seems someone accidentally microwaved every one of them. Or maybe they threw them in a bathtub or some other not so suspicious activity that resulted in all those cell phones becoming paperweights. So now Senate Republicans have voted to authorize over 24 subpoenas and a conversation about destruction of government records, which will surely be on the agenda. Now, from the Twitterverse, where you can follow me at GovMikeHuckabee, come some stories that are just hard to believe they're true. Yet they are. 2 sheriffs shot in the face this week while sitting in their vehicle in LA County. Both are in the hospital and are expected to survive, thank God. But I was wondering if Vice Presidential candidate Kamala Harris will extend the same courtesy she shared with Jacob Blake's family in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Jacob Blake, you may remember, was being sought for sexual assault and stealing a car and reaching for a knife after 3 times resisting arrest. Will Kamala Harris visit those cops in the hospital? And will she say to them what she said to Jacob when she said she was proud of him? Is she proud of them? And I wonder, will Maxine Waters still urge people to disrupt people from eating in restaurants, getting gas, or just being in public? If this is about select victims and not about others who were shot, we can't let these Democrats win in November. Well, Collinford Mattis and Uroj Rahman are children of immigrants. They're both professional lawyers and beneficiaries of the American dream. Yet they were out in a car creating explosive devices during the New York City riots and firebombed a New York police vehicle. Now Colin and Uroj are facing 45 years or more for their actions. Of course, the liberal press and its readers are outraged. Why? By the burning of the police car? No, that's fine. They're outraged because they're the children of immigrants. Now, help me out here, but if anything, they ought to be grateful to be in the U.S. and not try somehow to forget that they are, in fact, immigrants, and they ought not to burn down the country that let them in. Here's a question that I posted on Twitter. If they are lawyers, they surely aren't that surprised that setting fire to a police car is a criminal act. People who engage in violent, reckless behavior should go to prison. These guys ought to lose their law licenses and pay for the police car. I believe the law is pretty clear on this, and I'm not even a lawyer. And up in New York, a federal court blocked an order from President Donald Trump attempting to keep illegal immigrants' census numbers from being a part of the apportioning of congressional districts. U.S. District Court in New York ruled against @RealDonaldTrump, his Twitter handle, for not including illegal immigrants in the census, because that sets the number of the House of Representatives that states get. Now think about this. If you live in a state with fewer illegal immigrants, you get less representation in your own government than states who let in illegals. You got that? Seems like these judges like to use new math in tallying up census numbers and swinging political power to certain states where they look the other way at illegal activity. Try counting money you've already spent at your bank and asking that it be replaced in your account. Same principle, different response, I'm sure. Well, now it's time to offer a few well-deserved shame on yous. Shame on you, Nancy Pelosi. After President Trump helped broker 2 historic peace agreements between Israel and 2 Arab neighbors, the UAE and Bahrain, your comment was, good for him for having a distraction, before criticizing the president for COVID. Now, this was from a politician that comedian Chris Rock called out this week for blindly pursuing impeachment and letting the pandemic come in. That must have hurt. A Screen Actors guilt shame on you to Netflix for their release in support of the movie Cuties that sexualizes little girls and has them dancing and acting in provocative ways. This is nothing but eye candy for pedophiles. Of course, they claim it's liberating to women. But the result, Netflix has experienced a skyrocketing number of cancellations by users as the hashtag CANCELNETFLIX movement have said that there are plenty of other online content delivery sites that don't sexually exploit children. And finally, a saggy shame on you to the City of Opelika, Florida Commission for repealing their ban on people wearing their pants down below their backside, which would reveal their underwear or maybe their lack thereof. Has there been a sudden purge of complaints from citizens saying, hey, we need more plumber's crack in our community? Have you heard that? All I can do is remind the commission of internet sensation Larry Platt's song on American Idol a few seasons back when he sang, pants on the ground, pants on the ground. You're looking like a fool with your pants on the ground. Right now, the commission is looking that way with their pants up and their belts all cinched. Now let's have a few shout-outs to some people making the world a better place. A great big shame to Jared Kushner for helping negotiate the treaties between Israel and 2 of its Arab neighbors, the United Arab Emirates and Bahrain. Thank you for putting peace before politics. And a great big shout-out to Dolly Parton for her collaboration with Zach Williams on the song, There Was Jesus. It has brought her a new acclaim, the first time that one of her songs has topped the charts in gospel music. We all say, well done, Dolly. And a fantastic shout out to the leadership of Hobby Lobby stores for raising their minimum wage for their full-time employees to $17 an hour. Hobby Lobby founder and CEO David Green stated, because this year has presented so many challenges to our employees, we are very happy that we're able to provide pay increases to thousands of our associates before the Christmas season. They obviously care greatly about their staff. Well, before we leave, let me share an old Irish proverb. A good friend is like a 4-leaf clover, hard to find and lucky to have. If you've got a friend who's been there for you when you needed them, pick up your phone and give them a call. You'll be amazed at the warmth and the love you receive. Until next time, these have been the facts of the matter. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, then subscribe, and hit the notification bell below. Now, if you didn't like it, you ought to find a Ben Shapiro video to detox you with more facts.